Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan on a Monday at 12 o'clock. How are you all? It's lovely out there. It's a bit blustery and cold, but it is really refreshing and beautiful. So I hope you can join me for a nice little cuppa. I've got my bee cup today. There's a lot of bees out in the garden and aren't bees precious? So yes, I've got my bee cup. Hope you can sit and relax with me for a couple of minutes. And this week we've got something really fun to do. We've got to look at the aspect of how other people bring us down or can bring you down in your lives in different ways. So it's called the Eeyore factor. And why I sort of thought about this one was because one of my clients said to me last week, I'm really brought down by my family or my people I work with especially, and she said they're all sort of complaining and they're having trouble with their lives and all they do is moan and moan, and before I know it I am really exhausted. They've drained me. And I thought, well, that's kind of like the Eeyore factor. If any of you know Winnie the Pooh is a lovely story, of course. Look it up if you don't know it. There's different characters and we can relate to different characters in it. I like to think of myself as somebody, oh hi Irene, lovely to see you. I like to see myself a little bit like Tigger in Winnie the Pooh, because I'm sort of bouncing around and very positive, and that's what I want. Oh, good morning to you too, Irene. Oh, lots of love and Monday hugs to you. So I kind of identify a little bit with Tigger, but a lot of people are affected by Eeyore. Bless him, the donkey, you know, everything's wrong. You know, his balloon got burst and he's a very low vibration and he plods along with that same vibration. And although he's absolutely adorable as a character, it's not always something you want to actually be around. Oh, hi Andrew, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us and happy Monday hugs to you. So we've got to be selective, you know, where we put our energy. If we can't get away from a situation where we've got Eeyores everywhere, you know, some people find that they're affected by other people that bring them down. Hi Kirsty. And then they find that gets another feeling somewhere else. Before you know it, that vibe is in the room and everyone's sort of feeling it, aren't they? So you might be going to work or in a situation or family thing, and you might be thinking you're in quite a high good place of self, you know, high vibration. And then someone starts complaining or someone starts being fearful. And before you know it, that moaning or whatever. Thank you. You are my Tigger. Oh, thank you, Irene. That's so sweet. Yeah, I'm a little bit like Tigger. I might have to go and watch an episode. So very enthusiastic. But yeah, Eeyore, bless him, just keeps thinking everything's wrong. Everything's going to go wrong. And if you think about it, like my client said, every single person knows an Eeyore, don't they? Every person knows someone who is probably a little bit heavy to be around. And although you might love them and you might have compassion for them, they're still bringing your emotional, physical energy down. So when you're in a room with someone who's moaning and groaning and moaning, and they're not seeing life in a high vibration way, they're not grateful for what they have, they might be feeling a little bit less than that and moaning and groaning and moaning and expecting more of it. Well, those people, bless them, they are learning hard lessons in life and their emotional and physical energy is quite low because it's not good for your immune system to have that attitude of moaning. Moaning is bad for you, really bad, even if you've got very good reason to moan. So Eeyore attitude is not really good, as I say, for yourself, for the vibe you put out for other people, and by the law of attraction, of course, you're going to attract more of what you're feeling, which is not what you want to do. Especially if you're thinking, well, I started the day off all right, but look at me now, I'm feeling, ugh. And you wonder why. You know, people, oh, hi, Annie. It's nice when you can sort of detach from that, when you can think, okay, I recognise there's an Eeyore in the room, just over there, they're moaning and groaning. Bless them. And we love every person, every character in Winnie the Pooh, don't we? But we have to identify, as I say, with what we don't want in our lives as well as what we do. So it's a really good lesson to us to realise that that person is not doing themselves any good. Perhaps we should not be affected by it. Perhaps we should be selective or find a way of coping with being around Eeyores, because our body's energy will go down according to that exposure to that. So our life force energy can be affected. Most of all, the green area here is our immune system. And I have literally tested this out on everybody with a special card reading I do, that people do get affected when they're around people who are low vibration. Now, I'm not suggesting that you sort of need to protect yourself so much from these people, because I did actually do a talk, a tea with Nan, back in February 22, protection through intention. And that was all about sort of really having this protection like a shield around you. That doesn't really have to be the case in this when I'm talking about Eeyore. It's a light-hearted acknowledgement of somebody else's energy that could drain you, that could bring you down. Not so much they're going to damage you, but they're going to bring your emotional energy down, and that will affect your physical self. And of course, as I say, you attract more of it. If you were in a room full of Eeyores, people that moan and groan and got used to it, and let's face it, you know, a lot of people in societies, they get so used to complaining. You know, how are you? Oh, I don't know. You know, the Eeyore factor. Recognizing it is a way of changing it, and not being the same as you've been all your life. I mean, it's so tempting to say what's wrong in our lives rather than what's good in, what's good in our lives. So let's focus on what's good in our lives and be Tigger. Let's be in the moment. Let's think about how we can bring that energy back up again and have that emotion where we want it, for all those reasons, those physical, emotional reasons, and for the vibe you put in the room and how you affect another person, because we're affecting people all the time, aren't we? So, yeah, we need to recognise that. As I put my board up here, I keep going back to it. I used to work with in a place where there was loads of people always moaning, and they got so used to it that they were trying to outdo each other. Who can have the worst complaint? Oh, this person's over here, but you don't know what this is like. And I used to have an antidote to that. I used to think, right, if I'm going to have to work with these people and to protect my energy from going down, I'm going to think of the Pollyannas. Now, what I mean by that is the positives in it. So I would do a little game. If anyone wants to do this, it's in the blue section of my Nan Talks. You go on to the blue section here, this one, www.nancyfinch.co.uk, and you can look up Pollyannas, really funny. It's about finding the positives from the negatives, okay? It's a little game you can play which helps to protect you from feeling that drained feeling you get when you're with an Eeyore. So it's finding something positive. So you might be light-hearted, and you're trying to find the positives in each of those situations, which makes you it protects you, as I say. It doesn't make you bring yourself down. It doesn't help. It stops them from affecting you in the way that you would otherwise be. So if you could do the Pollyannas, it's a fun game to play. When you hear someone moaning, think of 5 good things, or at least a couple of things that is around that situation for them. And it's good fun to do. And you might even be able to influence them with those things that you see or feel. So if you want to do more of that, it's a good game to play, if you like. The second thing I do is a gratitude list. If you find you've been a little bit drained by these people, as I say, they don't mean it, but bless them, that's who they are. Not enough Tiggers in the room. Then maybe do a gratitude list. Just think of 5 things. Again, it's just a way of focusing for over 17 seconds, because if you're thinking of 5 things, it's going to take you longer than 17 seconds, which, by the way, locks this good feeling into your body, into your mind, into your new synapses of a new pathway of thought, and by the law of attraction. So I do a gratitude list, 5 things to be grateful for. I mean, it might be that you're grateful that you're not an Eeyore. It might be that you're Winnie the Pooh. You're someone who's maybe stable or secure or mature in your attitude. Maybe grateful for that. Maybe grateful for things you have around you. That will immediately bring your emotional balloon high. It will protect your immune system. Always it opens this one. So when you're grateful for something, you're naturally going to protect yourself from illness and help yourself to stay well. And if you weren't well, it certainly helps to boost you to become well. So, yeah, Pollyannas, we've got the gratitude list if you want to. I mean, no one's going to know you're doing it. You know, you're around these people. They don't know you're doing this gratitude list. You could count 5 things on your fingers right then and there. Things we take for granted, you know, and that will naturally protect us because, as I say, the vibe will be, we'll give out a nice vibe. You'll be like the sunshine in the room, okay? So that's a nice thing to do. What's the other thing I was going to say? Oh, yeah, we can have compassion for these people. We're not judging them. Anyone that's sort of in that place, they've had their harsh life lessons, haven't they? And it might be that that's all they know how to do. Or they might have been brought up in a family that always complained or always expected life to go wrong. So they were setting themselves up for it. And we have to have compassion for people that are suffering those feelings. It is their life lesson. It is something they're learning about, you know. Oh, hi Sandeep. Hello, lovely to see you. Happy Monday, hugs to you. We're talking about Eeyore, as in Winnie the Pooh, and how we've got to kind of avoid how Eeyores make us feel. We need to be higher vibrations. So maybe we all need to go and watch that after this and choose which character you want to be. So the thing I wrote here is what I've been telling my clients for a long time. If you're around any negative situation, people, you know, you sort of find yourself, as I say, being drained, there's 2 affirmations you can use. Now you can write these down and I'll say them again at the end. Okay, the first one is quite a good one. Everybody likes this one because it doesn't mean you don't care about the situation or the person. It means you are detached from the effect of their vibe over you. So if you've got pen and paper handy, I am unaffected by the negativity of others. Simple as that. I'm unaffected. It's an affirmation. It's an intention. It's where you're telling your subconscious mind, 95% of your mind will believe every word of that, even if consciously you're going, oh, they really make me feel drained. So you can have this sentence in your mind while you're with them or when you leave them. This will help to bring this energy higher again. I am unaffected by the negativity of others. Really good. As I say, it doesn't mean you don't care. It just means that you're not affected. You're stronger. You're higher vibration. You're not going to allow that to bring you down or to take away that energy that you have just so want to bring higher. You know, you start the day and you think, I want to be positive today, and I'm going to make sure I get that job done. And you're in a good place, maybe, and then it doesn't take much to change that, does it? Or you've got to put the news on, or someone else is complaining, or whatever. So you have to intend to keep that energy high. So I'm unaffected by the negativity of others is one affirmation you can say. The other one I like doing is a really good one. I'm interested but not involved. And what I mean by that, if you want to write that down, it means you're interested as to why somebody on a soul level has ordered that experience of being Eeyore. They're going to learn something from it. There's always a gift in every situation. They might learn, their soul will evolve somehow from that situation or that whatever they're going through, that journey. So I'm unaffected by the negativity of others and I'm interested but not involved. You can choose between them or you can use both of them. I'm interested in why that's happened to them, but I'm not involved. That means I don't have to find a solution for them or try and fix them. I can just be a positive influence on them, which is what is really going to help them, really. If you don't try and fix somebody and you're just there to give out this happy vibe, they're more likely to be affected by your sunshine than to tell them what to do. That will disempower them. And quite often I put another little analogy, like it's having, next door's got a parcel. Oh, hi Louise, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. So next door has a parcel and it gets delivered to you by mistake. Well, you don't open next door's parcel, do you? It belongs to next door. Oh, hi Jane, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. So you don't open next door's parcel if it gets delivered to you, do you? Because it's theirs. So it's a bit like that when someone's got a situation and the Eeyores of the world are learning from that low vibrational experience. Oh, thank you. Louise just said something really lovely on here. Oh, lots of love to you, darling. So you don't open the parcel. It belongs to someone else. It's their parcel. You can help them open it. You can give them scissors. You can be there while they open it. You can offer them support. But you do not take their gift. There's a gift in every situation. And if the Eeyores of the world want to have this gift, whatever they're learning, maybe it's self-love, maybe it's patience, whatever their gifts are in that situation, it's their gift. And we can't take it away from them. We can't save them from it. And we can't fix them, but we can be an influence. And if you can be a positive influence on these people, just be Tigger. If you watch the way Tigger bounces through life, it is a lovely experience to see people gain more and more happy experiences from being in a higher vibrational place. And that's what I want for you. You don't all have to be Tiggers, by the way. You can be something a little bit less sort of bouncy. But and just play with it. Play with the idea that every time you choose to not be an Eeyore, not to be affected by Eeyores, you are keeping yourself well. And so everyone's got one. I bet everyone watching this is say, oh, so-and-so in the family, or I work with people like this, or even my children. Well, actually, one of my clients has a husband, bless him. He's got a pretty sort of serious mental condition, bless him. Lovely guy, but she's around this complaining all day long, and she loves him to bits. Of course she does. But how does she cope? Well, she had to use the 2 sentences I gave you just then. I'm interested but not involved as to how he feels that I can help him, but it's his gift to learn, and I'm unaffected by the negativity of others. Simple as that. So she carried on being happy. And it's not that she didn't care, it's that she chose not to take into her body, into her mind, the vibe that was coming from an Eeyore. I think I've said that enough now, but it's easy. Have a gratitude list or find your tribe. You know, there's lots of ways you can do this, but choose not to be a low vibration is the main point I'm making. Find your tribe is, yes, okay, if you're around people you can't get away from that are low vibration, do what I suggest. Find the Pollyannas, do the gratitude list, but find your tribe to regroup yourself, to make yourself feel, I can breathe again. What I mean by that is, if you had a scale of 1 to 10, and I've done a talk on this, a Tea with Nan, last year, 28th of the 3rd, 22, called Find Your Tribe on Tea with Nan. And what it is you have a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not very good and 10 being great. Most people that are experiencing Eeyores are under 5. You know, they're not measuring very good numbers. You don't really want to be around that person. It's this number. But over 5, you've met your tribe, and they're more likely to be high vibrational, happy people that make you feel good to be around. You know, children are like that. Some children are right up here, aren't they? They make you feel great, and some don't. So measure, in a way, measure the people around you so you can give yourself respite from the Eeyores. So if you measure it and think, okay, acknowledging that that person is a low number, I'm going to find somebody here that's going to help my energy to come back up. And so surround yourself with positive people that measure over 5. And what I said here, to remind you, a little rhyme: under 5, get out, survive. Over 5, you've met your tribe. Really important. So if you want to go and look at that little Tea with Nan, 28th of the 3rd, 22. So yeah, let's find Tiggers in the world. Let's find some people that make us feel good to be around. Because when we feel good, our bodies work well, our minds work well, we attract more into our lives. We attract good things into our lives. More positivity, because we're being positive and choosing to be despite what's going on around us. So it's something to think about. Or another one I've written down here is that sometimes they're drama. You know, people get addicted to drama. They get addicted to that low vibrational reaction to life, and they don't know they've done it. They just don't know they're involved with that on that level, and they could go for years reacting in the same way. And I know plenty of people like that. So they actually not really enjoy the drama, but they got so used to drama, they expect drama in their life. I mean, they want some respite from it, but maybe they don't know how to get away from that. If you know somebody like that, or if you feel that you would like to listen to this talk, No More Drama in My Karma was something I've done about. So I said about karma in one of my Tea with Nans. Absolutely brilliant. Go and look at it. No more drama in my karma. Absolutely. Choose not to have the drama. And I'll show you in that Tea with Nan how to get away from that. That was on the 13th of the 6th, 22. It's a light-hearted awareness. It's like I'm choosing not to react in that same way anymore. If you find that you are Eeyore, if you find that's how you've been reacting sometimes, we can be affected, like I say, and influenced by other people. So if you find yourself to be an Eeyore, simply go and listen to that. No more drama in my karma. I'm choosing a different way. And be light-hearted. And just shift that way of thinking from here to here. I'm going to be Tigger. I'm going to be a higher vibration. And if you make that intention, that choice, your brain is listening and your subconscious will go, okay, I can do this. And even if your conscious 5% says, I can't do this, I've got no energy, things are getting me down, that bit does give you a good chance. That subconscious will help to make it so. It helps to bring it into your life as you've set the intention to be a higher vibration. So I'll say it one more time if you want to write these down so you can remember them or put them on your phone, on your notes. So when you're with a company of yours or whatever, or just one, you can just take yourself away, look at this and just think, I'm unaffected by the negativity of others. It's a very strong intention. You keep your emotional balloon high. I'm interested but not involved. It's their parcel. It's their gift. It's their experience. And if you could be objective, even with family, even with children, adult children, you are being consistent. You're not reacting. You're not being triggered. In a much better place to be able to help them. You know, it's their gift. Maybe support them and love them. The Eeyores of the world need lots of love. You can be a higher vibration to do that. So I think that's almost everything. Find your tribe, gratitude list, Pollyannas, and affirmations. Why not? Say it, learn it, keep that vibration in a higher place. And have a little giggle to yourself. If you want to look up Eeyore on YouTube, or perhaps look at the film or whatever you want to do, just remember how, perhaps a phrase he said, and smile to yourself, thinking, I choose not to be Eeyore. I choose to be a higher vibration. So I hope that helps today. It's a good way to set yourself up for the rest of the week. And as you know, I love Mondays. Mondays are brilliant because they're opportunities for new beginnings, new ways of thinking, new awareness. So if you could shift your awareness and play this game, think to yourself, oh, thank you, Irene. Big hug to you, my darling. So have a giggle with yourself. Have a bit of a laugh. We're not taking it too seriously. We're just becoming aware that some people, bless them, have got used to that. Everything's wrong. My balloon is burst. That kind of thing. And it is quite funny for us to see ourselves doing it. We think, I didn't know I was being like that. Well, we have a choice. Everyone goes through those feelings. They're not a good or bad thing, but they do have an effect on you. So let's make our energies flow. Let's keep our chakra energies open by being positive. That helps. They should all be about here from the body, and emotions shut them down. So be careful how you let other people and their emotions shut your energy down. Lovely. So thank you for joining me. If you want to share this with people, that would be brilliant, because you never know. You might make someone's day. You might give them a choice on how they can see life, and make them smile at the very least at not being an Eeyore, to be Tigger, to be someone that they think, around people that they can't get away from. They've got a different way of looking at it, haven't they? If you see things differently, you're no longer affected in quite the same way. You have a choice, and your body feels better and your mind feels better. So I want you to feel all of those things, good on all levels. So I shall see you next Monday at 12 o'clock. I don't know what I'll be talking about, but as I say, have fun. Go into my website, www.nancyfinch.co.uk, and have a look around. The meditations are there for you. The Nan Talks are there, and the Tea with Nans, the previous Tea with Nans. So have a little play with those if you feel you need to. And I'm going to give you a big virtual hug, everybody, and thank you for being here. And I hope you have a good week. And I shall see you next Monday at 12 o'clock. Namaste. Lots of love to all of you. Take care.